Op Garage Racer. Today's video is from the From Rags to Riches series. I think you didn't click on it for nothing because it says we retrofitted an LED dashboard to our drum even before the war. Many clients are interested in the dashboard, so we're making this video specifically for them. We'll talk about all the dashboards available for the F30, what the differences are, what features they offer, and how much they cost. I think it'll be interesting, so grab your popcorn and let's go. Okay, let's go. This is our project, the F30 drum, the 328. If you're a regular viewer of our channel, you know everything. You're up to date. If it's your first time on our channel, let me explain. We got this car for the project, tuned it to stage 3 with 400 horsepower, raced it with M cars, and there's a bunch of videos. Here's one of them, for example. The link will be below. Then we started a project on the interior, the M package. There's also a video on that, plus LED optics, another video, and a video about retrofitting the steering wheel and sport seats should be out soon. We also have BMS services in Kyiv, now also in Ivano-Frankivsk, Lviv, and Uzhhorod. Today's video is about retrofitting the LED dashboard. Since we've already installed 2 of the internals, from the basics to the more advanced ones, steering wheel and sport seats, it was time for me personally to think about what's next. I also wanted a video for some of our clients. By the way, we'd like to mention one of our clients, Pankratov, who appeared in our video 335 under stage 2. Check it out, here's the link. He had an LED dashboard and I thought, cool, LED dashboard. But on my 2 Series, the 240, it's impossible to install an LED dashboard. It has a black panel that looks like LED, but it's not. It's mechanical with mechanical dials. So you can't do anything like that. When you switch between sport and comfort modes, nothing changes. In general, I wanted to install it for myself to see how the dashboard looks, how cool it is. Plus, our project, we have to add something interesting to make it truly from rags to riches, meaning taking it from the bare bones, poor configuration it had as a drum, and bringing it up to a more cool, nearly top-tier setup. For those interested in dashboards, we'll now show you, using these beautiful F30s as examples, by the way, we're in Ivano-Frankivsk at our service, what types of dashboards are available. What are the nuances of retrofitting? What perks are there? So it will be interesting. Let's go. There are 3 types of dashboards in the F30. We're talking about the most basic one. Now, Sergey Baikov is showing a few photos of what it looks like. This dashboard is similar to this one, but in the middle there's something like a small screen, meaning it shows the onboard computer as usual with various driving data. This is the simplest dashboard, and next comes the extended dashboard. The extended dashboard, like the one on this car and the one we had on the drum, also at Sergey Baikov's, is very popular. It differs from the basic one in that the small screen isn't in the middle between the 2 dials, but shifted to the right and expanded. To the right, where the economizer needle is on the tachometer in the basic dashboard, there's an expanded screen. So the extended version shows the same economizer on the screen and it changes to sport mode. Comfort, Eco Pro, the color changes and you can see fuel consumption. In general, it shows more data. This is the most popular dashboard and everyone is happy with it, likes it. Personally, my feedback, it doesn't make much difference to me whether it's extended dashboard or small dashboard, they are all the same. Sergey Baikov says that, he was choosing the car, a real BMW from the USA, specifically looking for one with the extended dashboard. If it didn't have it, he wouldn't have taken it. Retrofitting the extended dashboard costs quite a bit. I thought it was around $100, but Sergey Baikov corrected me. We just checked OLX, and the price is around $300 for the extended dashboard, and it's not reset yet, and it's not installed yet. So the procedure is as follows. First, you buy it, then it gets reset, and resetting costs around $100. And then you install it. There's going to be a nuance to the installation, is that if you've got a basic dashboard, your basic dashboard doesn't communicate with the multimedia via the optical bus bridge. So to retrofit the extended dashboard, you'll need to run an additional bridge cable. The installation itself will cost around $100 to $150. So in addition to the resetting, this includes installation, coding, and the cable. So roughly speaking, it would cost around $300 to $350 a plus. $100 for resetting plus around $150 for installation, coding, and the cable. So it would come out to about $300, but these are approximate prices, not exact. So it could end up costing around $550 or something like that. Yeah, it's a bit expensive, okay, so it's not that simple, but in theory, you might be able to find the extended one cheaper somewhere. For those who don't need it much, who aren't reselling it, who switch to LED, it won't cost much for them, and it's possible to find it cheaper. And as for the steering wheel swap, you already know we've moved to another car. This is our 335. It's also on the extended instrument cluster, but you might ask, what's the point? Well, there are still some nuances with the instrument clusters. It's about the projection. The reason why most people don't retrofit the projection in their car, like in the F30, is because when retrofitting the projection, first of all, you have to change the dashboard, like an extended dashboard to an extended dashboard or a basic dashboard to an extended dashboard with projection. And secondly, you need to change the headliner, replace the dashboard, and install the projection itself. And there's a bracket for the projection, so due to the dashboard, there are nuances. The dashboard costs a decent amount from a reputable brand or OEM, so no one can say the dashboard was hit, changed after an accident, etc. Well, you get it. There are some interesting nuances when replacing the dashboard just for the projection. Because not many people do this, but I've roughly explained the recipe. The difference between an extended dashboard with projection or without projection is the separate output for the projection. You can install a dashboard for projection in a car without projection, just don't connect the output. But if the dashboard is without projection, then in a car with projection, it won't work. Up. And here we are in the drum. We're moving on to our LED dashboard, which is the main focus of the video. Most clients, owners of F30s, want to install an LED dashboard. And when they find out the price, about 99 or 95% of people lose interest. The LED dashboard costs approximately, well, these are pre-war prices, around 800 to 900 euros. Not even dollars. Sometimes it can even be 1,000 euros if it's new, or around 1,000 with some extras. So these are the approximate prices. They also vary depending on whether there's a projection or not. If there is a projection, the instrument cluster is slightly more expensive. We had an instrument cluster in Kiev. We took it for projection, so it can satisfy the F30 owner both with and without projection, meaning it will fit both ways. If we take one without projection, it will be slightly cheaper, but sometimes it might not fit in the F30 if it has factory projection, and the owner wants to replace the extended one with an LED. The nuances for retrofitting are similar to the extended instrument cluster. If you had the basic one, you will also need to add a bus bridge. In short, bringing it here and the work cost will also be the same. Resetting the instrument cluster costs about $100, and installing it will cost around $150 if you already had the extended instrument cluster. And if you want to install the LED, then you won't need to run the bus, and the installation cost will decrease from $150 to $100. These are pre-war prices. Now we need to check with the managers at Beresta because the dollar has risen, but the installation price in Shrivnias has likely stayed almost the same. I'll leave links to the telegrams of the managers at Beresta and on the left bank in the description. You can contact them to clarify the current price in Shrivnias. So what's the appeal of the LED instrument cluster? The coolest part happens when you approach the car, open the door, and it wakes up. The lights come on, the BMW logo appears, and then the arrows go click, click. It's all cool and impressive. Then when you start the car, all the instruments light up. Here's the speedometer and there's the tachometer. One of the advantages is that if you have an American car, the speed was in miles per hour. But with the LED instrument cluster, it's all in kilometers per hour, so there's no duplicate miles. Duplicate miles, in short, everything in this plan is cool and the cruise is shown correctly. So sometimes people have the cruise control displayed in miles, but with the LED instrument cluster, everything works correctly in terms of speed. That's like one of the extra perks of the dashboard that I've noticed. But the main thing, obviously, is the transitions from Eco Pro mode, comfort, or port. So in Eco Pro mode, instead of the usual RPM display, the throttle position is shown. We do Eco Pro. We get the blue dials and like Right, it shows as the throttle. Then we switch to comfort, and in comfort mode, the dashboard, well, it looks like a regular mechanical one, but the cool thing is that the numbers increase, reaching up to 1. 2. So basically, when it reaches 1,000, the numbers increase. Well, and the sport doesn't have needles, just numbers. The numbers are electronic-like. In sport mode, we've got the speedometer becomes electronic, while the tachometer remains analog, but also shows which gear is currently engaged. Another feature I noticed is the range display, which shows the remaining distance. Right now, it's 164 kilometers, and this depends on your fuel consumption. Here's the information on the LED instrument clusters for the F30. On the BMW F10 and F15, there are also instrument clusters, both with and without projection. They are also LED, and their prices are approximately similar, but I can't give exact figures. It depends on the specific moment, as prices may have changed due to the ongoing war. This is the information we have on the F30 instrument clusters. The BMW F10 and F15 also have their own versions of LED instrument clusters. By the way, there is also a cool version of instrument clusters before LED called Black Panel. It's black, and you can't see the dials until you start the car, and then they light up. It's considered a cool version before LED, but the top version is definitely LED. On the F20 and X30, by the way, there is no LED version from the factory. They use instrument clusters from the F10. Regarding the prices for F10 and F15 instrument clusters, I can't give an exact figure as it depends on where and what you're looking at, but the prices will be approximately the same as for the F30, and that's the end of the video. About the drum, our project From Rags to Riches has moved on to the LED instrument cluster upgrade, and in the next video, there will be the upgrade of NBT Evo, which we also installed before the war. Don't forget, the country is at war. Help the armed forces of Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine, death to the occupiers. And we're off to work. And we sit to work.